Hi, I'm Unique Model, aka Shantae Renee P for Positivity, and welcome to my channel. This channel is for love and healing, and love begins with you. It absolutely does. Be the love you want to see manifest in your life, and it will come. So, this is my Read My Book With Me If You Please series, my Ultimate Act of Vulnerability, my book that's available on Amazon KDP by Shantae Powell. And we are in chapter March 2019, and this poem actually I think is a letter. It's called Marriage Over. So today I have had the on and off urge to write down the reasons my marriage is over. I will not say failed, but over. Now that I have looked back over the years, there were many times my marriage should have ended. I actually allowed what I believed I needed to survive to dictate how long I stayed married. My marriage should have ended before our second anniversary. I'm guilty of infidelity, and it happened again. I should have listened to God. In recent years after our marriage began, I did not feel connected to my spouse. It was like I would try and try, but there had never been a deep connection. God allowed many scenarios to occur to help me realize that the man I married was not for me. He had several times to divorce me because of my indiscretions, but I was always able to reel him back in. It was only one time in our entire marriage that I messed up and he asked me to come back. Over the years, I have been violent, and I know that surely takes a toll on a person. My diagnosis of bipolar anxiety and now borderline personality disorders directed some of my actions, but I and my free will are to share some of the blame as well. I take full responsibility in my role in the demise of my marriage. It shouldn't have lasted this long. I and my husband have been unhappy and very unhappy for the last 7 years now, 4 to 7 years now. I think he felt obligated to stay because of the kids and my mental state. I have been the one pushing for the divorce because I finally realized my marriage is not serving all my needs. At most, it's serving financial support. That does not make a marriage. I believe marriage should and is to serve a higher purpose. The mate that God has chosen for you should complement you, and in return, you should complement them. We stopped growing together and instead grew distant. The love faded years ago, and it is a marriage out of convenience, but really it's an inconvenience because it was sucking the life out of both of us. Now we're trying to figure it out. I'm taking a leap of faith that God has something that's better for me. Of course, as soon as I came into agreement with God, all hell broke loose. I became manic. I was asked to resign from my job. My kids seem as though they have no direction. My newfound independence was snatched away. I know most people, or even me for that matter, would have said, let's see if we can work this out. Luckily, I'm finally past that roadblock in my life. This time, I'm listening to what God has commanded me to do. I stepped out on faith, and I'm trusting God to sustain me. I have faith everything is working out for my good. I've made a few changes in the household, and things seem to be simmering down now. I really don't have the desire to continue this marriage of convenience. We both left the marriage long before we agreed to divorce. Even though we are technically married on paper, we've been living single lives while living under the same roof, and now for the past year on opposite sides of the country. So that's basically it and self-explanatory for that poem. I wrote it, I think, in March of 2019, but it was like 2018 when when I started thinking about all of this. So yeah, so there you have it. It's not much I need to say about that. It's very self-explanatory. Sending you love and healing. I appreciate you. Thank you. Have a good day.